A personalized approach to back pain recovery looks like this. First, you want to identify any underlying issues. Then you want to have a structured program. You want to focus on consistency and progress when you feel ready. So let's break these 4 points down. First is identifying any underlying issues. This could be a diagnosis like scoliosis, spondylolisthesis, disc protrusion, osteoporosis, etc. You need to be clear on your body, because here a diagnosis like this will help you identify any triggers in movement. So you'd want to omit movement that would trigger your pain or aggravate your symptoms further. Then you want a structured program. A structured program would mean that more or less you have a basis of exercises that you're following. Yes, there are modifications that you can add to them depending how you feel, how much energy you have, any particular triggers that happened in your back that day. But also you want to be able to progress via the same program. So if you're doing one exercise, a progression of that exercise would just mean the next step to help with tissue adaptation, to help challenge your body continuously so that you don't hit that plateau. I think one of the most important things here, though, is still consistency. I see a lot of people that will have identified the issues, created a structured program, but after a week or so, they just either get bored, life takes over, and they deprioritize their own well-being, or they get a little bit anxious at trying to see results right away. So we know that we have to be consistent because tissue adaptation, or our body's adaptation, will come after 4 weeks, 4, 6, 8, even 8 weeks, depending how regularly you're exercising. So you need to be consistent and you need to be patient and know that results don't happen immediately after a workout or the next day, and that you will see those changes happen, and they will be long-lasting changes if you are consistent with your practice. And as I already mentioned, we have to focus on progression, but I want to just touch further on that, because progression is the building blocks of where we are going, right? Different people have different starting points, and that's why you'll see someone who has tried an exercise and they're like, oh, this exercise helps me so much, but maybe when you tried, you don't have the same results because it might not be at your level. It might not take into account your specific needs. And these exercises often are effective. If they're effective for you, they'll be effective for a certain period of time, after which you'll feel like they're just not hitting the spot anymore. They just don't have the same effect that they used to. That is your body's indication that it's ready for that next progression. And you want to be focusing on progression that makes sense and doesn't skip 2 steps and put you at risk of further injury, but instead a step-by-step progression of the same type of exercise or the same exercise focus, so that you gradually get better until you obviously reach a level of strength or mobility that before didn't seem possible.